and we realized that we had a big ice pack in there that I used to use every night. First my right knee, then my left knee. And we realized that we couldn't remember the last time that we even used that ice pack. So we took it out of the freezer.
Love that because our knees no longer have all that pressure on them, right? So they're probably less inflamed by all your amazing choices that you're making now that you are a healthier version of yourself. Thank you for that. Congratulations on that non-scale victory, Diana. Thanks so much for sharing. We are going to get started on tonight's call. It looks like we are rocking and rolling and recording, so we are going to get going. So first off, we're going to take just a minute to introduce ourselves.
Yes, I'm Wayne Hudson.
And I'm Mandy Hudson. And just so you know, when we rehearsed this a little bit ago, I said, hi, I'm Wayne Hudson. And he was like, I'm Mandy Hudson. Anyway, that's too much information. So anyway, we are your hosts for this evening. We are fellow Optivists and certified Optavia coaches, and we are living life more fully since November of 2017. Program changed everything for us, and we are so excited
We love the topic tonight. It's definitely near and dear to our hearts. It's how to eat out on plan. And it's sort of, when we came to program, my second week, we were gone for most of the week traveling. So
it is challenging sometimes.
Something that we learned to navigate.
So before we actually talk about that, we do want to make one announcement because we've got a really cool contest going on. It may have a
February.
pink and red theme because it's love month. So we've got a sugar shot contest out there. So you may see these on some of your client support pages or some of your fellow clients and coaches that you're hanging out with, because healthy people love hanging out with healthy people. But we've got a sugar shot contest going on right now. So we want to encourage everyone to get out there, and you've got a couple different avenues you can take. You can lift the sugar of how much weight you've lost so far,
or how much you want to lose, but have fun with it, right? We have Valentine's Day coming up, right? There's all sorts of fun candy out there to take.
We sort of raided the candy aisle with all the big old hearts in it over the weekend. So take that trip out there. Make sure you put that up on your Facebook page. Please make it public so the judges can find you, because you know what, tagging your coach, you may inspire someone to come on program with you, and there's nothing better than having a plan buddy on program. Plus, you'll be entered to win a drawing, or participate into, hopefully win. Oh heavens!
It's $50.
It's $50. We give away thousands of dollars each contest, and we hope to pull out your name. So get out there and take that sugar shot.
It's instant accountability. It really is wonderful and serves you in so many ways.
So we have this very serious business opportunity. No, I'm kidding. We are getting down to the nitty gritty and talking about dining out. So before we get in any further, we want to just pull up something to kind of kick us off, and maybe this will resonate with you. Hopefully not too much, but we want to get off onto this foot together here. So let's go ahead and start with this.
Medium turkey chili. Medium crab bisque. I didn't get any bread. Just forget it. Let it go. Excuse me, I think you forgot my bread.
Bread, $2 extra.
$2, but everyone in front of me got free bread.
You want bread?
Yes, please.
$3. What? No soup for you.
I love the way that just portrays how nervous we can be when we're ordering out, or the pressure of thinking about.
And I have to commend Jerry for being such a supportive friend when he was partaking in the pressure of trying to order the right soup. And maybe George just needs to stick to the turkey chili without bread. I mean, we know the turkey chili is an amazing, amazing, amazing lean and green recipe.
So we want to just have you drop a number in the chat that describes how you feel about dining out on plan right now.
So on your plan, we know we have different people on different plans in this call, probably 5-in-1, optimization, GLP plan. Don't put the number in there yet. Holy cow. All right. So number one, if you feel a little nervous, uncomfortable, or a little like George, a little under pressure when you want to go dine out when you're preparing.
And a number two, if you're feeling more confident.
And a number three is, I got this. Let's see where people are falling in the spectrum. We've got some threes, we've got some twos, a couple ones. Love this, love this, love this. Now, we know that we can eat just about anywhere on plan. And I love that you're still continuing. The votes are still in. We've got a couple, 2.5. So we're almost got this, almost got this. But we know that over time, we can build our confidence through our experience. But we also want to let you know that we've got you, okay? No matter. And we've been doing this since 2017, remember, okay? And we know it can be done. But I will tell you, when we first started on program, we borrowed confidence from our coach. I know.
Really lean into your coach. It really is
your coach.
important because it's you're not confident right when you're starting out.
So one of the things we want to encourage, and we've got a couple tips that we have coming up here, but leaning into your coach is one of them, and borrow their confidence.
Yeah.
Okay, we know it can be done, and a lot of tips and tools have to do with preparing ourselves, what to do during the dining experience, and then it's just some other tips to help us enjoy our time eating out. Okay, so what we want to talk about a little bit first is how do we prepare for dining?
Yeah, have a plan. I love to research the menu. If you have know where you're going, if it's not a surprise, you can get online and check out the menu and come up with some ideas that you think might work for you.
And maybe you even have a little control over where you go out also.
Right.
So that might be nice where you can go where there's somewhere familiar, but there is also the backup plan. So this may have happened once or more than once to us as we
because
look
menu
at the
changes,
menu,
right?
They change or they had a special. So maybe have a plan and then a backup plan just in case that first choice is out. You never know. They might run out of scallops and then your plan you don't want to panic. When you're choosing those recipe or menu items, remember those lean and green parameters. So you've been working diligently, and even if you're just starting out on plan on what that protein serving looks like, what that vegetable serving looks like, because you're probably working across that food scale to make sure you're getting just the right nutrition. So lean into that when you're making your program compliant choices when you're dining out. Think about pick a protein, pick a vegetable, pick a healthy fat. What does that look like? It doesn't have to be any different when we go out. Okay, you want to make sure you're getting enough protein in there. When you have control, you're at home. You may not be in as much control when you go out, but you do have control of your choices. And for those of you who are in optimization or GLP-1, don't forget, if you're doing that Lean and Green Plus, do keep in mind that not all starches are created equal. So just be mindful of your choices.
And I love make sure you're hanging out and going out with supportive people that we surround ourselves. We don't want to hang out with saboteurs at the restaurant table.
Yeah, that might not be the easiest thing to do, but if you're going with someone who may be not the biggest support, prepare yourself for what you want to say. And you know what? If you don't know what to say, ask your coach, because we've walked that walk before, and we offer those types of language barriers, not language barriers, but language and words to help you navigate that. Review some things together with your coach before you go out. But one of my biggest tips is don't go to a restaurant hungry. And from someone who's hungry all the time, I'm going to say that one more time. Don't go into the restaurant hungry. All right. A great thing that we've always done is grab a fueling before you walk out the door.
And be mindful of the choices, how they're prepared, right? The sauces, the toppings, baked, grilled, blackened. Blackened has a tendency to be in an oil or some sort of cooking process that might have some more fat. But just be aware of that, and just remember that the menu is kind of like options, right? You can always ask for something as if you had like an allergy, right? They're perfectly happy to adjust things for your needs.
And there's always the carry-in. Now, I'm not saying carry everything in, okay? However, I've been known to have a little avocado purse with all my little stevia sweeteners in there and take that into the coffee shop just in case they didn't have an option for me. I know some people who love their favorite light salad dressings, and they have them available to them as well. So don't be afraid to carry things in so that your needs are met with any types of dressings or things like that.
And I love when you're there, the first thing we sit down and they come up and say, what would you like to drink, right? And first thing we do is always water all the way, right? Have plenty of water on the table, but also know that there's lots of drinks you can have and be on the 5-in-1 program. There's unsweetened tea, there's seltzers with lime, there's all sorts of ways to have fun, coffee, even if you're drinking that.
You know, you could always volunteer to be a designated driver for
Yeah.
your table, right? And then you also have other people counting on you, not just you.
And if you're in a drinking situation where you want to be social, it's really that's seltzer, and put it in a wine glass or have it in a glass that looks more like a cocktail glass, and no one will ever know the difference. And it really made the difference for me. I thought I was going to worry about wine, but seltzer in a wine glass did everything.
And you know what, folks? Just slow down, eat mindfully, and enjoy the flavors, the conversations, and empower yourself to make the decisions that are going to align with your goals.
Yeah, and note the portion sizes, right? And this is sort of the way to navigate it. Quite often, if you're having a lean steak or something like that, it's going to be a large portion, larger than our portion that we have on program. So just cut it, set it aside, take it home for you. Know if you're having seafood, most seafood is not going to be enough protein. It's shrimp is serving is significant. Scallops, another one that is. So fill in the gaps when you get home.
So keep in mind, if you're served kryptonite foods, for Mexican lovers, it might be chips and salsa.
It used to be chips for Randy.
It was chips and salsa for me, or breads. Keep them out of reach. Have the waiter or waitress keep them. Other people can eat them. The other thing to do is if they are on the table, sit back away from the table a little bit.
Yeah.
Surf that urge. We talk about stop, challenge, choose. When we talk about urge surfing, think about I love the waves. So anything we can wave is all good. So when you have that urge, it kind of crests and it gets really, really, really big at some point. But if you give yourself the gift of time, at some point it's going to crash. And you're going to kind of surf right through that. So give yourself that gift of time to work through that.
And sometimes that's space also.
And literally space, okay? So just keep in mind, we're not about depriving of the amazing flavors when we eat out. It's really all about how we approach the experience. And we have another big tool, and we want to make sure you all are aware of this tool that Optavia has gifted us with as well. And it is called the Optavia Dining Out Guide. Now, most of you, if you haven't received the client resources, check your client support page or reach out to your coach. But you should see it's an electronic version of a bunch of different files. So you'll notice on the bottom, the dining out guide. And when you open that up, okay, you have all kinds of guidance with portion sizes of chain restaurants, fast food for those really quick times when we got to run through that. But Optavia has gifted us with the lean and green comparison so that you can go to Chick-fil-A and order a spicy Southwest regular portion and you will be compliant on the lean and green. So please take advantage of that. Save that puppy right to your phone so that you can quickly check it if you're popping out to another thing and you need that space.
And my favorite part about it is that it gives us these guides to help us just navigate cuisines. And here are 3 of them that are up here, but there's a total of 10 of them in the dining guide. But it just helps you navigate an Italian restaurant or a Mexican restaurant, an Indian restaurant.
And folks, we just wanted to let you know, when you travel, you're not deprived. Look at these amazing meals. We've been to Italy, California, Utah, Maine, all the places, and we are eating healthy foods. We're in different phases of our journeys in these, so you may see some starches in the photo. We're also dining with other healthy people that help us stay compliant. Okay, and the other biggest thing is lean into your coach. I wanted to share this with you. This is a client that I was working with early December, and on her day 1 check-in call, she let me know that she's meeting friends out to celebrate graduation from a master's class. So we talked about that a little bit, and I had suggested she visit her menu online if she had any questions, or she can send me some of her thoughts. So the next morning, she reached out and sent me a video, electronic version of the menu. And she sent me what she thought she could eat off the menu, which I'd asked her to do so she could kind of start to navigate that menu. So you'll notice she was thinking the fish of the day or the grilled chicken. I said, great choices, Sarah. They may also put salmon on the greens as well. So I wanted her to realize that sometimes we can do a little a la carte picking and choosing. I learned that from one of my business mentors, not going to name her at all. And she said, thank you. And the one I wanted to remind her is the biggest challenge is sometimes getting that protein in. Some other choices there. And how cool was this? If I get salmon, can I still have the olive oil or would I have used up all my fat? So that was a great conversation. It allowed me to just comment on using balsamic because salmon is a fatty fish. So we were already having a really valuable conversation. But folks, this is because she navigated lean and green the night before. Okay, so she had an idea of how to navigate the next piece. Okay.
So we thought we'd have a little fun and pull up a menu, a local menu here, and just sort of navigate it a little bit.
So we're going to pull up, this is going to be
Yeah.
something Wayne's going to navigate with you, but this is the top portion of a local restaurant here in Maryland.
Yeah, and just remember, we're eating lean protein and vegetables, right? And so one that pops out in the center of the menu is this seared ahi tuna. Okay, the kasabi sauce can be a rich sauce, so you would ask for that on the side, and may have to avoid it altogether. But like a bluestone salad would be another option, and you could just ask for it without the bacon and the vinaigrette on the side. And you can always top that with a protein. And just remember that, you know, if you have salmon, it's usually probably a pretty good serving, but shrimp and scallops are always going to be not a complete. So pairing it with an appetizer is a great way to have an entree salad and have a complete lean and grain.
And with the dressing on the side, one of the biggest tips that
Yeah.
we love to offer is dip your fork in the dressing, take your fork to the salad, and then enjoy, because that's really all the flavor you need, because all of the amazing protein and vegetable flavors will be coming out. So here's the entree portion. So take a look at this. So there are, 12 choices here, and there are several ways that you can enjoy this menu. But if I were to focus on a couple things, and one thing we can do is mix and match on occasion. So I will tell you that just ask, because if you order something and you would be very tempted with potatoes, like let's say the filet mignon, you want to order it, it looks pretty good. There's a béarnaise sauce. You might want to ask that on the side. Comes with mashed potatoes. I have no problem leaving mashed potatoes on the side, but I know.
Yeah,
actually,
I wouldn't have them on my plate.
He wouldn't put them
Yeah.
on. So just ask him to hold the potatoes and double the asparagus, or ask for the vegetable of the day. There's also deep sea scallops. So see how we're navigating this. We're reading the protein. We're looking at all the sides. Here's what I would order. I am in optimization, so I would leave this as it is and just watch the amount of risotto I consumed. But if I were on the 5-in-1, I would ask them to hold the risotto and double me up the watercress salad, or throw some of that delicious asparagus. So we can build, I think sometimes we always say we have to order what's on there. And, this is not the New York experience that George Costanza had. This is where we are today in the world. So please, please, please enjoy yourself when you go out, and look at the menu as a starting point for where you want to head with staying compliant with eating out. And be confident. You can eat and will eat very successfully on program. It's really just a matter of what choice you make. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday evening. We're looking forward to you guys meeting us on Let's Chat next Tuesday, and get out there and get those sugar shots taken. Can't wait to see them.
We'll see
Have
ya.
a great evening.